All right, everybody. This is Bedros Keuilian. If you can hear me, do me a favor and let me know by posting something in that question area. And if you can see my screen, that'd be great. All right, perfect. We're good to go. Thank you, everybody. Now, this same area is where you are going to be posting questions if we have time. So my job is to get through this within 45 to 55 minutes so we can take 10 to 15 minutes of questions on the code, cracking the code to creating your information product and, of course, selling it online. So without further ado, here we'll get started. Let me just tuck this into the corner there. We've got a couple hundred people already on board, and by the second, we got more coming on board. So again, we'll tuck this under here. We'll get to the questions later. I've got some pages I'm going to share with you, so I've got those open, and good to go. All right, just do me a favor and don't ask any questions now. And the reason I say that is otherwise it'll just stack up here and I'm going to end up missing them. So once I open it up for questions, then you guys can ask questions and we'll be good to go. So we'll go over here. We'll start from the beginning and give you guys some room to see my screen here. All right. After doing several of these, I feel like I'm getting better. All right, gang, so welcome. My name is Bedros Keuilian. I am your host and your guide today for the code, which is how to create, market, and sell your expertise as an online information product. And so if you're a personal trainer, strength coach, nutrition expert, I know it's a chiropractor, physical therapist, gosh, doctor, holistic medicine, whatever it is that you have as a skill set, if you can package that up, you can sell it online, right? And so people ask me, so what is information marketing all about? And my answer to them, it's simple. It's taking your expertise or knowledge, packaging it up, and selling it on the internet to people who have a problem and need a solution. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So let's get started. Now, for example, one thing that obviously does really well as an information product is a follow-along workout program. Or a nutrition, diet, or recipe book, or even access to an online membership content site or an online community. Think about sites like Spark People. Think about sites like Craig Ballantyne's, Craig and Joe Marion's 24/7 fat loss program. They have a membership site of like 15,000 people who pay $9.95 a month. I mean, that's pretty amazing. Think of Dave Rule's metabolic cooking program, right? It's a total nutrition recipe program. You think about precision nutrition, right? Another great program. It's got a certification component for trainers that you sell to the end users. You think about going back to Craig or Mike Whitfield or Shauna Kaminsky, all those people who are who I've kind of exposed you into the info marketing niche. They've got Home Workout Revolution, which is a follow-along workout program. They've got Challenge Fat Loss. They've got Workout Finishers. You've got Dan Long's Suspension Revolution. Now, looking off the online space, you've got things like Insanity and P90X, right, which are follow-along workouts that get delivered to your house on a DVD and you follow along on television. And I'm going to talk to you about the difference between the traditional publishing method versus online publishing, which is what we're going to do here, and why online publishing trumps traditional publishing. So traditional publishing might be if you were to write your own book and sell it at the Barnes and Nobles or on Amazon and have an actual publisher, etc., right? If you would think back to maybe about 2-3 weeks ago, gosh, maybe more now, 4 weeks ago, my man John Romanello and Adam Bornstein, good friends of mine, they were at Fitness Business Summit 13. They wrote a book called The Alpha Male, which is re-engineering the modern day man, essentially, right? The modern day alpha. And it's now the New York Times bestseller. Now they have a traditional book model. Years before John thought about writing this traditional book, he was out there with an information product called Final Phase Fat Loss. He made his first hundreds of thousands, in fact millions, using Final Phase Fat Loss, building a list online, which is tremendously easier. And so let's talk about that. The big benefits of online publishing is this. There are no barriers. You don't have to go to a publisher and pitch them a story. Publishers are very picky. In fact, the statistics that I know of, like I think 2 out of every 100 pitches get picked up. That's not the case in the online world. And so if you're not somebody already, and if you don't have this compelling, life-changing story that's happened to you, chances are you're not going to get picked up by a traditional publisher. And odds are you're not going to end up on an infomercial with your own P90X or Insanity type video. You probably don't have that kind of money and don't have that type of connections. So the barriers to traditional publishing are tremendously high. But in the online space, there are zero barriers. Literally, like for $100, you can get started as an online marketer, which is amazing as far as I'm concerned. So it's obviously also very low cost to get started on an online platform. You don't even need your own shopping cart, as I'll show you in just a moment. And you can get a website made for relatively cheap, and or if you want to do it yourself, it would be free, right? So another great big benefit is the fact that there's very high profits to be made with an online info business, because unlike a traditional publishing model where you're having to give, let's say, 60-70% of the money back to the publisher, or you're making like a quarter or 50 cents if you're lucky per book or per DVD, with a online info business, you're making either 100% or you're making 75%. As an affiliate, the profit margins are sick. They're just through the roof. And one of the greatest examples of this is when Joel Marion launched, I believe it was Cheat Your Way Thin or Extreme Fat Loss, one of those 2 products of his. He launched it on ClickBank, which I'll show you in just a moment, and the product did just over $1 million during a 7-day launch. $1 million of online sales. Now that is no small feat. Now, of course, he broke the ClickBank world record, et cetera, and one might say, well, he's the exception. All right, I'll count that as the exception. On the flip side, you've got consistent launches that have taken place where people are making, high 5 figures, 6 figures day in and day out. Shauna Kaminsky with her Challenge Fat Loss product, Craig Ballantyne with his turbulence training, and now his home workout revolution. Then you've got people like Dan Long, and you've got Mike Whitfield, who have workout finishers and suspension revolution, and the list goes on and on. So it's relatively easy to have a high 5-figure launch in 4 or 5 days, and within a 30-day period have a 6-figure launch, 100,000 plus, in fact a couple 100,000 truly, if you orchestrate things well. And this is what I want to show you here today, is how to orchestrate a perfect online product publishing and a launch, and how to get affiliates on board and how to get traffic, because without all that, all you've got is this cool looking website and a program that could potentially help people if they can only find it. Now, one of the biggest benefits I think to online publishing versus traditional publishing is that you can get to market faster, and I'll show you what I mean. Literally in 60 days you'll get this product out to market if you have a product idea already. And going back to Shauna, since she was the most recent launch that I exposed you to through my emails, Shauna has Challenge Fat Loss. Now, we came up with the idea of sitting at a mastermind in Miami. Craig and I run the 100K Info Mastermind group, and there's about 50 people in the group. And we were at the mastermind. We got around to Shauna, and somebody mentioned, like, hey, you've got challenge pull-ups. What if you did a challenge fat loss product? And the idea stuck. This was in January, by the way. 3 months later, she had the product filmed and done and selling. And the only reason it took 3 months and not less is because to get affiliates to all promote it at the same time, she had to wait an extra month. Otherwise, she would have had the product out within 60 days. And so when you think about how quickly you can get a product out and launched, and she sold, I believe, close to 4,000 units of Challenge Fat Loss over a 4-day period. That's pretty impressive any way you look at it. So getting out to the market fast is really, really important. And of course, it's easier to scale. An online business is easy to scale. You've got your email list of buyers, you've got your email list of prospects. They bought product number 1 from you, they got amazing results, they're going to buy product number 2, 3, 4, and 5. And of course, you can scale your business another way through a continuity or membership site, where they're going to obviously pay you anywhere from $9 to $19 a month for ongoing content from you. That's a great way to scale your business. You can scale your business in the direction of online coaching. Several of my coaching clients offer online coaching for like $2.99 a month. In fact, Travis Stetzel, who has the hardcore workout styles that he has, aggressive workouts and such, Travis has a coaching program that I believe it's either $199 or $299 a month for a 4 or 6 month period. So he gets people into his funnel with his online info product and then ascends them up the ascension ladder to high-level coaching programs. And another way to scale your business is, of course, to essentially have several products that you believe in, that you trust, that jive with your list, that you can sell them other people's products, right? As an affiliate. That's a really strong thing to do because you get 75% commission from all ClickBank affiliates. And, by the way, you don't have to make the product, you don't deliver the product, and you don't have to deal with the customer support of that product. So you can scale your business once you have enough customers by selling other people's products that add value to your current client or customer base. So there's a lot of ways to really scale. So what makes an online info product successful? Well, let's talk about that. Let me get a drink of water here first. First and foremost, a program that is solution oriented, right? A solution to a problem is what you want to solve. Most people go online and they search out problems, right? So let me give you an example. Would a 12, 13, 14-year-old gymnastic student, gymnastic athlete be a great buyer of a product? Because they'd go online and they'd look for a solution, right? Maybe they go online to Google and they look for how to do better somersaults, right? Well, they may find your website, and so you are providing a solution to a problem. However, that product is not a successful product, and here's why. While you're providing a solution to a problem, the person that you're providing it to, the 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old kid, doesn't have the ability to make money. You're one person removed. Mom, dad, or the coach would have to be the one parting with the money to get the product. And so while the kid is doing the search online, they don't have the capacity to buy. So when you're creating a product and you go, well, gosh, Bedros said I need a solution to a problem, and of course here it is. That's great. Have a solution to a problem. But is the potential buyer, one, searching for it online, and two, has the capacity to buy? If they are, one, searching for it online, and two, they have the capacity to buy, meaning they obviously would have a credit card, they're of age to make that purchase, then you've got a winner so far. So if you're taking notes, you want to write those two things down. A solution to a product, but person must have the capacity to buy, and they have to be able to search out that solution online, right? So thing number two, it has to be niche, however you want to say it, right? Niche or niche specific product. And what I mean by that is, if you're just selling a product on how to lose weight, that's a pretty general product. Then we talk about a very niche specific product on how to lose weight. You've got John Romanello, who I just mentioned earlier. His product was Final Phase Fat Loss. It's not just a general weight loss product. It's final phase fat loss. It's in the name. If you've got those final 10, 15, maybe 20 pounds to lose, then his product is right for you. So it's got to be niche specific. Another niche specific product that I've seen that I thought was just tremendous was this product that, talk about a solution to a problem. The product was a ebook that, and it was sold maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I think right now they have a video version of it because ebooks are dead, and we'll talk about that in just a second. But essentially the ebook just taught how to get rid of shin splints. That's it. And so if you go online on Gmail, on Google, and you search out how to solve shin splints, how to heal shin splints, how to get rid of shin splints, I mean, talk about a solution to a problem, right? It's very specific, very niche specific for runners, obviously. And so you can market to runners lists all day long. You know that Google's going to latch on to that when someone looks for a shin, like a shin splint problem that needs a solution. They're going to search out this product. Google's going to serve up this product immediately, and the person's going to buy it. I mean, I think this product, just this one simple ebook, was consistently doing around $350,000 a year for just solving shin splints, right? A year, $350,000 a year, the last 4 years that I kept track of it, which was pretty amazing. So moving on, it has to be a product that makes a specific promise and then has the ability to deliver that promise. So again, going back to the shin splint book, obviously this guy or gal, whoever wrote this book, I don't even know who it was. I was just able to track it, obviously, through ClickBank and through some connections that we've made. But this product here made a very bold promise. Buy the ebook, do what we say for 2 weeks, and your shin splints will go away. And then it delivered on that promise. And so people just through word of mouth kept referring that product. And of course, ClickBank sold a whole bunch of it on behalf of this person. And of course, the product that's got a built-in big idea, right? So the product has got to be built around this big idea. And I'll go through those in just a minute. Now, if you're wondering, well, what the heck is a big idea? The big idea is the hook. The big idea is the thing that makes them want to pick your product over all others. So, for example, if you were going to create a fat loss program and sell it online, well, why would I buy yours versus Tony Horton's P90X or Insanity or Craig Ballantyne's Home Workout Revolution, right? What's so unique and special about yours? What's the hook? What's the big idea? So let's talk about that and look at some case studies on big ideas that you can quickly see. So here's a case study number one. The big idea, Craig's Home Workout Revolution, which he sold literally hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of this in the last 3 months that it's been up. So what's the big idea? Let's see if you can find it. So the pre-headline starts with diet is, and of course it's crossed out, was more important than exercise for fat loss until now. So he's making a bold statement there. He's saying, hey, diet used to be more important than exercise until now. He's implying that, hey, he's figured out something. And of course the headline says, that draws you right in, triple your fat loss and gain and get ripped in only 19 minutes, 12 minutes, or even 4 minutes with 51 new no equipment home workout revolution videos, right? And of course, going on, he talks about, you can cancel your gym membership, you can trash the infomercial product that you have, because this new program is going to change your life. And so he's making a very bold claim that in 19, 12, or just 4 minutes, or as little as 4 minutes a day, you can see tremendous transformation in your body. And so that's the big idea, because when you look at other home workouts like Insanity or P90X, those are anywhere from like 60 to 90-minute workouts, right? And so if someone's pressed for time, the big hook, the big idea of this is, well, gosh, I can do 19, 12, or 4-minute workouts, so they'll look further into this program. So then you've got another case study here, which is Challenge Fat Loss. This is what Shauna recently launched. And look at it. I mean, it says right there, it's Challenge Fat Loss. So, I mean, we can already tell that these are going to be very challenging workouts. So the big idea is that, hey, if you're a person who likes tough workouts, you don't want just boring workouts that are mundane, this is for you. Extreme fat burning workouts done in under 20 minutes, right? That's the big idea. That's the big hook. New scientific breakthrough called M2A shocks your slow metabolism into maximum fat loss mode in 20 minutes or less, right? And of course, it says, hey, this extreme fat loss secret has been developed by a world-renowned fitness authority, bodybuilding champion, and 2-time winner of the toughest Calgarian alive. And of course, that headline implies, most people would think, gosh, this guy who created this thing is one badass person. Of course, as you start reading the copy, you see that, oh my gosh, it's this woman who's totally ripped, and it kind of defies all logic, which really sucks you into the sales copy. So the picture, the lead, the opener here, the headline, that's all the big idea, right? It's so contradicting to normal thought patterns that people would have when you read a headline like this and when you see a sub-headline that says this person is a world-renowned fitness authority, a bodybuilding champion, and a 2-time winner of the toughest Calgarian alive. Most people won't think that it would be a 50-year-old woman who's got rocking abs. The fact of the matter is, it is. So let's look at another case study here. And this is a diet program, and I believe this was the program that Joel Marion launched maybe 2 years ago or so, 3 years ago now, where it did just over $1 million over a 7-day period. But it's in the name again, extreme fat loss diet. There's no playing around with this thing. It says, look, you can discover how to lose 25 pounds in 25 days. That's the big idea. This isn't something where you're going to lose 8 to 10 pounds a month. This is 25 pounds in 25 days. It's pretty extreme, and it says so in the headline, and he backs it up obviously in the sales copy, etc. And so again, you got the big idea, you got the big hook there, right? So moving on to case study number 4, workout finishers. So Mikey, I think, has a really great hook here. He says, look, you're going to destroy your plateaus and you're going to trash all those outdated interval workouts that you're doing, right? Because these are 51 new and never before seen metabolic finishers that are going to get you in amazing shape. And he even talks about over here somewhere, all without giving up your favorite workout. So he's saying, look, keep doing your favorite workouts. All you're going to do is you're just going to add these 3 to 9 minutes of finishers at the end of your current workouts, and it's going to completely supercharge your fat loss to a whole new level. It's going to take your fat loss to a whole new level. And his sales copy goes on to prove that immediately, because you can already see, this is where I cut off the image, but you can see that, I mean, Mike was 105 pounds heavier here in this picture than he's here currently. And so he made an incredible transformation. His workouts didn't change other than him adding these finishers at the end of each workout. So that's the big idea, is these finishers, right? That shock your metabolism into severe afterburn. I hope you're getting what this whole big idea or the hook is about. Now, so let's talk about product creation. Now that you've got this idea, whether it's nutrition or it's holistic or it's fat loss or it's strength training or whatever it is, sports-specific training, you got to create the product, right? And so product creation should happen in one weekend. And the number one mistake that Craig and I see people make when they're going to make an information product is not traffic, it's not selling, it's they take forever, 6 months to a year to create the product. That should not be the case. You can do it in one weekend, and I'm going to teach you how. But first, I want to let you know that there's 3 levels of online info products. Level 1 is the ebook. And by now you should know that ebooks are dead. I mean, you can sell an ebook online. You probably command like anywhere from $9 to $19 for it. And even if you price it at $49, you probably sell whatever, 8, 10, maybe 12, 20 a month. Nothing big. But the bar has been raised. The bar first went from ebooks to demonstration videos and manuals. And the manuals are essentially ebooks. They're PDFs, right? That have before and after pictures of the exercise that you're going to do. And the demonstration videos could be, might be 100, 150 demonstration videos. They're not follow along. Or demonstration videos are about 1 minute each, and they demonstrate anywhere from 3 to 5 repetitions per exercise. And so then the manual says, all right, you put these exercises together in this order, and that's your workout program. So, that's still selling well. It's doing great. But the new level, the 3rd level now, is follow-along videos. It's very much like P90X and Insanity. And in fact, P90X and Insanity were the ones that set the bar so high. And good for them, because we always want the bar set high. And what we do in the online info space is model that. We see where the industry is headed, and we go, okay, gosh, we can serve up videos that are follow-along on a laptop or an iPad or even on an iPhone, right? Easily. And so these follow-along videos just took off quickly. And as you see, all the products that I expose you to are typically follow-along videos. The exceptions would be obviously things like a recipe book or a nutrition program, because obviously they require written text. So people always ask me, well, what about product images? How important are they? Well, I say they are very important. In fact, the better your product images look, the more you're going to sell of that product. So here's some examples for you. For example, this is Mike Whitfield's Workout Finishers product image, right? You can get a graphics artist to do this. You can go to not coder.com, I'm sorry, odesk.com, the letter O, the word desk.com. You can go to elance.com. You're probably not going to find quality graphic artists for $5 on Fiverr to make something this cool. But what you really want is a big shock and awe image like this of your product, so people see what they're getting. Remember, they're downloading a digital product. They're accessing a digital product, right? So really they're buying air, as far as they're not getting a product that shows up to their door. But they need to visually, on the sales page, see what it is they're getting. And so this is a great way to demonstrate all the different things they're getting, and this is value demonstration at its best. Here's another one for you. This is Shauna's Challenge Fat Loss. So, you've got these 3 books, you've got the DVDs or DVD cases, and of course it's pretty obvious that it is a follow along because it says so. Like, it's a little video screen with a start and stop and so on, and it's a fat loss follow along videos. It says so right on there, right? Here's another one. This is Dan Long's Suspension Revolution. Again, great graphics. Nothing amazing on any of these, right? But great graphics, enough to get people to visually see what it is they're getting when they access this product. And finally, here's one of mine. Some of you watching this webinar right now might have even purchased this program from me. the PT business course. And the funny thing about the PT business course is half the things that you see here are physical. You'll get stuff in the mail. The other half are things that are digital that you'll have direct access to. So you will get the DVDs, you'll get this manual, you'll get these books to show up, and you'll have these DVDs. But then all this stuff like the forms and the fitness marketing manifesto, these are all digital. So everything on this side of the page to the right of the page is digital. Everything onto the left side of the page and down below are physical things that you'll get. But this is a great way for us to demonstrate what it is you're getting when you're buying the program from me, which obviously helps boost sales. Now, since we know that you only get paid for done, how in the world do you make good products over a 3-day weekend? I'm going to teach you that right here and now. Step number one, you're going to write out your program. Now, first of all, any program that you make, whether they're follow-along workouts or follow-along diets, with the exception, I guess, of just kind of information things like a recipe book, right? Or a back pain relief book. But things that are going to be follow-along, you definitely want these things to have a start and an end. So it has to be either a 6-week program, a 4-week program, an 8-week program, a 12-week program. There is no magic number. If you were to hold a gun to my head and ask me what the magic number is for a follow-along program, it would probably be a 6-week follow-along program. That's what the market wants. And so you always just want to give the market what they want, right? Let's not try and recreate the wheel. And so what you're going to do is you're going to take the 3x5 index cards that you could buy from any grocery store, and you're going to write out your program for 6 weeks, right? Each card will demonstrate 1 day of working out. So if there's obviously 7 days in a week, and you're going to want your people, your customers to work out 4 days a week, 6 times 4, 12 and 12 is what? 40. 12 and 12 is 48. So you're going to have 48 postcards, right? Or is that 42? Sorry, you're going to have the right number of postcards. So 12 and 12 is 24. So you're going to have 24 postcards. And what you're going to have with these little postcards is on one side of it, you're going to write the actual exercise, the workout name, the name of that workout, whatever you're calling it, because you want to call it something. On the flip side, you're going to write what the exercises are going to be, number of sets and repetitions they're going to perform, rest periods, etc. And you're just going to keep writing these out so that over the 6-week period, if they're going to work out 24 times, let's say, or if they're going to work out 48 times, or you want them to work out every single day of the 6-week period, you want to have every day as a follow-along so that they know exactly what they're doing. And if you can write this out on index cards, then what you're going to do is you're going to hire a camera guy. You can find somebody off Craigslist, typically a college student who's in some kind of film class. They could borrow equipment from the university or the college for dirt cheap. You're looking at spending probably $200 to $400 a day for this. So on a 3-day weekend, if you're going to film a whole follow-along series on a 3-day weekend, we're talking about, gosh, I don't know, 2, 4, 6, anywhere from $600 to maybe $1,200, right? Maybe more. For a camera guy. It might even be like a wedding camera person that you're going to not use them over the weekend. You're going to use them during the week when they have more time in their schedule. And so think about that, a wedding videographer who can get this job done for you. But listen, the fact is you can't work out a whole bunch over a 3-day period. Well, I guess you can try. But what you're really going to want to do, and what all of our coaching clients do, is they'll have themselves and maybe 2 other instructors. And this way, whether it's 24 workouts or whether it's going to be 48 workouts or whether it's going to be, 10 workouts, if you're going to attempt to do 10, let's say 60-minute workouts or 30-minute workouts over a 3-day period, you're going to be pretty exhausted, right? And so what you want is you want to have a couple other instructors with you so that you can lead them along and you can coach them as you're going through the workouts. So you'll demonstrate a few of the workouts and they'll demonstrate a few of the workouts. I hope that makes sense to you. Now, you're going to have that you're going to have the footage edited. So once you have the footage edited, you can do the next thing, which is you're going to have it uploaded to a Vimeo account. If you don't know what Vimeo is, just go to vimeo.com. It's a kind of like a YouTube, I guess, where you can get a pro account. The pro version of their account allows you to upload a bunch of videos, and they'll serve it up to the masses for you behind a password-protected site. And so this is all stuff that you don't need to worry about. Your camera guy who's going to film, edit, can easily upload for you. But all this stuff you can literally do over a 3-day weekend. Now, you're going to shoot this footage over a 3-day weekend. The camera person is going to edit probably over a 2-week period, and then it's going to take maybe another 3 to 4 days to upload it all to your pro level Vimeo account. And of course, once that's done, then you can write sales copy. So, ta-da, you're done. That's how quickly you can make a follow-along program. And if it's a written program, you can do what Craig Ballantyne says, which I'm a big fan of, and you lock yourself into your room in a room for, let's say, 3 days. Or what Craig recommends is you go to a hotel and you get yourself a room and you're just working out of that hotel. 8 hours a day for 3 days straight. You've got zero distractions, and you write your diet program or your nutrition program or your recipe book, and you're done. But it should not take you 6 to 12 months to knock this thing out. So let's talk about sales and crafting the sales message. The formula is a 4-step process. Number 1 is attention. Number 2 is interest. Number 3 is desire. And program number 4, or component number 4, is action. Let's break each of these down quickly, and I'll show you some examples. So, attention. The first thing you want to do if somebody is searching the web for solutions for fat loss or women's fat loss programs, right? So it's a woman and she's home at night and she's looking for a women's fat loss program on Google. And voila, Google serves up your web page. The very first thing you want your website to do is to get their attention. Now remember, the way that's going to happen is with a good piece of picture, good piece of graphic, and a compelling headline, which I'm going to show you in just a second. The headline is going to have the top 2 or 3 benefits of the program. It's going to make a bold claim or promise so that the reader goes, holy cow, I want to learn more. The headline and the picture will get their attention. The next thing is the lead. And the lead, which we're going to talk about here because the lead and the headline matter the most, will get their interest. So once you've got their attention, you want to say something to them that gets their interest and hooks them into the sales copy. And once you've gotten their interest and you're speaking to their wants and needs, the next part of the sales copy of the component is the desire. You're going to get them, you need to get them to want your program, right? They need to want to purchase your program. And of course, once they go, gosh, I think this program might be right for me, the last component of any sales copy is action, or a call to action. And you want to make sure that once you have their attention, you've got you've got them to take interest in the program, you've got them to want or desire the program that you're selling. You have to have a call to action. So you have to make a specific offer that says, hey, buy this program for X amount of dollars, and this is what you're going to get. So, but of all these things, the 2 things that are most important are the headline and the lead, because without the headline and the lead, no one's ever going to see the other components of your sales copy. So let's study that for a second on Shauna's sales page here. Thing number 1 that you're going to notice, obviously, is all this, by the way, like everything above this top third of her sales page is the headline. So challenge fat loss, even the colors, and you can see that we've taken the stopwatch. She's taken the stopwatch here, and you can tell that it's like a 20-minute workout, right? 20-minute workout is what we're telling people that they're going to do. We're getting their attention here. It says, hey, look at this, right? We definitely have a picture of a woman who's lean, and that's Shauna, and that's the most recent picture of her from last month that she put on there. And unfortunately, I can't scroll down because this is an image, but right below this picture, she even put photo taken April, whatever, like April 10th, 2013, so that people don't go, oh, okay, well, that's an old picture of you. Like, that's a very recent picture of her. And now, of course, we've got challenge fat loss, extreme fat burning workouts done in under 20 minutes, and then we've got the headline. This is what makes a bold promise, right? That it's going to shock your slow metabolism into maximum fat burn mode in 20 minutes or less. That's the headline. Now, the lead, and let me just read it to you if you can't see it here on my screen, just starts off as a conversation. So rather than telling people who you are and what you do right away, nobody wants to know who you are and what you do. They want to know what's in it for them. So once you make this bold claim and promise, then you start off by talking to them. You get right to the emotional triggers of it. You say, hey, think back to your last workout. It was good, right? Weight training, some cardio, maybe some interval training, fast pace, lots of sweat. You felt good, but was it your best workout? Did you really lay it all on the line? Did you walk away from the workout knowing that this one workout brought you that much closer to your goals? Go on, be honest. Because if you aren't, your abs and your belly won't lie. right? Or your belly fat won't lie. The truth is in the mirror. Every morning you see the truth looking at you in the mirror, right? I mean, this lead really sucks you in. It's like, hey, look, if your workouts aren't good, if you think they're good enough, but they're not good, you're not. Each workout is not leading to results. The truth is in the mirror. You see yourself every morning, and the belly fat tells you the truth. Like, I mean, she's really sticking it to them there, right? She says, hey, that's great. Your workouts are hard. You give it your all. But what separates you from the person who's getting amazing results is something very special. Something that's called M2A. And this M2A requires for you to take it to a whole new level. You need a coach. You need someone to up the intensity for you and help you take it to the next level. And then she goes on to say, look, if you want rapid results, if you want your body to look athletic, if you want to be lean, you want defined muscles, you want flat rippling abs, then it's no surprise that you have to put a priority on intensity. And this whole workout program that Sean is selling is about challenging workouts, intensity. So she dives right into it. She doesn't even introduce herself till later on in the copy. She just goes right into their pain and says, look, you're working out hard. You put it all out there every workout, but the fact of the matter is your workouts are not leading to your most desired actions, or most desired wants or needs, which is results. And odds are is you're missing out on this big fat burning afterburn component. And I'm going to teach you how to get it, right? So headline and lead. And lead is typically the first 300 to 500 words of your sales copy is the lead, right? So I'm going to give you some websites, all those websites that I gave you earlier, Home Workout Revolution, workoutfinishers.com, suspensionrevolution.com, Challenge Fat Loss. You should really go back and study those websites and just look at the headline and how it gets your attention, and then look at the first 400 words, read them, and see how it captures your interest right away. Because those are all sites that have created a lot of money in a very short period of time, and they deliver the goods on the promise that they make. So, what else do you need to know? Well, one thing you need is a blog. You need to know that you need a blog. And the reason you need a blog is on the online space. For example, if you're a personal trainer or a chiropractor or a physical therapist or a strength coach, right? Odds are you have a studio, a place, a location that people come to. Well, on the virtual space, on the internet, there is no studio. So your blog is the place where people are going to come and hang out and listen to your message. I mean, that's the place where you're going to get up on your soapbox. Your blog is also the thing that's going to get optimized and that's going to get crawled by Google, so that it starts optimizing for specific keywords that you're trying to rank for, so that people can find you when they're looking for these keywords. So in addition to a blog, you'll also need a shopping cart. Now, a shopping cart is important. And most of you, like 99% of you watching this webinar right now, are going to do just fine. And in fact, I highly recommend that you use clickbank.com. And the reason is your affiliates are already hanging out on clickbank.com. Number one, there's literally hundreds of thousands of people ready to promote your product on ClickBank. If your product is good and the sales copy and the message behind your sales copy is compelling. So already ClickBank has this amazing marketplace where affiliates hang out. Number one. Number two, ClickBank is a trusted platform. It's like a marketplace where all these people sell their products, right? Craig Ballantyne, Shauna Kaminsky, Mike Geary, Joel Marion, Vince Del Monte, you name it. It's on ClickBank. And so it's a trusted shopping cart. And what's great about ClickBank is that when you make a sale, they can send you a check or direct deposit once a week, every other week, or once a month, however often you want. So ClickBank is the platform that you're going to need. Otherwise, you might end up using one shopping cart if you've got something unique that, for whatever reason, ClickBank can't do, which shouldn't be the case. ClickBank can handle most of it. You're going to use either one shopping cart or Infusionsoft. Now, the other thing you're going to need is an email delivery system. And by email delivery system, I don't mean like a Gmail, Yahoo, or Hotmail. That's your regular email account that you're going to use to send email to friends, family, business partners. You need something that delivers mass email. A great example of that for you is FitPro Newsletter. Most of you watching this probably have FitPro Newsletter. Sends out mass emails to your prospects and clients on your behalf, right? And you can use it to send out mass emails, large amounts of emails delivered through the internet. Of course, for the info space, the platforms that work really well are aweber.com, icontact.com, GetResponse, as well as FitPro Newsletter. I just didn't want to pimp out my own product here. Um, and so these are some alternatives you can use, and they'll work really well. They're going to have forms that you can have opt-ins or lead generators to put on your blog, right? And you're going to capture people on your email list, and then you're going to use this email delivery system or this platform to send out autoresponders, broadcasts, and just communicate to the masses in one foul swoop. Now, of course, you're going to need hosting. You have to host your blog and your sales site somewhere. So one of the better hosting platforms that we use for our info space in our coaching clients is Bluehost. You just go to bluehost.com and you can use that platform. You can also check out Server Genie. My friend Chris Hennings has a great product called Server Genie. You can check that out as well. But you want a good reputable hosting account. Don't just use GoDaddy's hosting, because even though it's shared hosting like everything else, GoDaddy will just let anybody and everybody on board. And so if somebody has their site go corrupted, it might affect the hosting that you're using as well. So Bluehost and Server Genie are probably the most reliable ones out there that I know of. Of course, you're also going to need traffic. With that traffic, you could have the most amazing storefront. If you don't have people walking, calling in, sending emails, asking how much and what it is that you do, you're probably going to go broke, right? So traffic of all these things are probably the number one, number two, and number three things. Traffic, and traffic are the things that you're going to need. So let's take a look at the blog. Like I said, you're going to need a blog. What does a good blog consist of? Well, a good blog is going to consist of a header, right? So you got a real nice header there. It says what it is that you do. Dan Long's Suspension Revolution, and kind of a elevator pitch here. Blast fat, build muscle with 27 intense workouts and 191 amazing suspension exercises. You know exactly what it is Dan Long does, and there's a picture of Dan, and obviously, he's proof of this stuff works, right? And this is his blog, and he wrote a blog a couple days ago, a blog post, and he was on his local ABC news station, and he put the replay of that on his blog. This buys him social proof. He can email out to his list and say, hey guys, not sure if you saw me or not, but I was on TV, and you could watch it here, and it's on his blog. And of course, as all these different blog posts that he puts up here, Google starts optimizing for keywords. When people stumble upon his website here, his blog, they have the opportunity to come right here, put their email address, and get a free workout, right? Get Dan Long's 3 suspension exercises that no one knows. So you can get 3 free exercises just by giving your email address. And this is how he's building his list. Here's another one. This is Mike Whitfield's Workout Finishers blog, trainwithfinishers.com, right? And again, there's a picture of Mike before and after, very much the walking, talking billboard of what Finishers is all about. And there's his blog post, right? I mean, look at the keywords that Google is eventually going to optimize them for. Exercises for abs, right? Metabolic conditioning, right? Workouts. And so if we just went through all of his different blog posts, the keywords that he wants to rank for are the keywords that he's writing articles and blog posts on. Now, if you're wondering how big should my blog posts be, they'll typically be about 800 to 1,200 words per blog post, right? And you're not going to just like stuff your keywords in there. You're gonna take those keywords and you're just going to use them naturally. The keywords that people would search for on Google to find your product, you're going to use them naturally in your blog posts. And over time, Google will start optimizing. Now, there's search engine optimization that you could do, and that'll help you optimize a lot quicker. But we don't have time in this 45 to 55-minute presentation to go over that, because that alone would take about 2 hours. That's the kind of stuff that we share at our mastermind groups, where we have 2 whole days or a whole day to go over a topic. But what I want to show you here is that, again, it's a very simple design. Every single blog that I'm going to show you has this opt-in in the upper right-hand corner, right? Get the hottest method in the world to burn fat, the Metabolic Finishers Manual, absolutely free. There it is. You enter your email address, you click Get Access, and you're on Mike's email list, where you get to then know, like, and trust him over time, and you get the free manual, and Mike can offer you his other programs, which is really awesome. Now watch what happens when you get to Mike's blog for the first time. When you get there, in about 10 seconds, everything goes gray, and this pop-over comes up. All right? It's called the pop-up. And you can set it, and you can get this, by the way, from from popupdomination.com. Great site, great product. It's like 39 or 49 bucks, one-time payment. It's not my product. It's just a product that I I use and all of my coaching clients use, and it will increase your opt-in rate. Your list will grow quicker when you use pop-ups like this. And so it's the same offer that he's making on the right-hand side here. It just kind of pops up the first time. After that, it cookies your machine, the person's computer, and so it's not going to be a nuisance. It's not going to pop up every time you go to trainwithfinishers.com. It'll pop up once. You could either X out or you can give your email address, and then voila, you're on Mike's email list. So definitely want to use popupdomination.com. Now, like I said, you're going to want to sell on ClickBank, and here's why. There's two main things you can do. One, if you have an expertise or a product, you can monetize it. You can sell it on ClickBank. If you have a list, you can sell other people's products on ClickBank. Now, what's really great is what you're going to do as a fitness expert is you're going to create a product on fitness, fat loss, diet, nutrition, and you're going to monetize it. You're going to sell it on ClickBank, right? But as you build your list using the ways that I taught you here, all the stuff that we went over, getting traffic to your blog and getting people to opt into your list, then you're going to start promoting other people's products as well and get 75% commission for promoting other people's products. Not a bad thing to do, right? And if you go to clickbank.com, you could literally go to, let's see here, you can go to monetize your audience right over here, and you can, chop up their products by the type that they sell. So you can look for fitness stuff, health stuff, how to, you name it. I think they have like several 100,000 products on there, and it's all by individual authors like you and I on there. And ClickBank is this trusted platform, which is amazing. So let's talk about the thing that we really want, which is traffic. How do you get traffic? Well, I'm a big believer in free traffic because free traffic also happens to be the best type of traffic. And the best type of traffic is the type of traffic where people will actually buy your product and not just want to get your free emails. Let me get a sip of water here and we'll continue. So you're going to want YouTube traffic. You're, of course, going to want traffic from your blog, which like I talked about, as you write more blog posts and you use specific keywords that you're trying to rank for, you're going to optimize your blog for those specific keywords, and Google's going to serve up your blog or the pages of your blog that are relevant to keywords that people search for, right? But you're also going to use other people's blogs as a source of traffic. And the way you're going to do that is by having other people host a blog post for you. So you might write a guest blog post on, let's say if you have a fat loss product that you're going to do, and it's workout based, and it's like a 3 to 6 week program. You might make friends with Mike Whitfield and Shauna Kaminsky, and you might ask them, hey, can I write a blog post for you? And so you're going to write a blog post for them. So you're putting content on their site. So you're adding value to their customers and their prospects, but what you're getting is an incoming link. So somewhere in that blog post, there'll be a link, and maybe Shauna or Mike or whoever that you're doing this for would put a link to your blog. And of course, by doing that, either your blog or your sales site now is going to get traffic because you're going to suck out traffic from their site. So that's a great way to do it. And all three of these, by the way, are free so far. Of course, affiliates. Over time, you want to make friends with affiliates. People always ask, well, I emailed someone who I thought can promote my product and they never replied back. That's because people will only mail out for you if they know, like, and trust you. So if you're just emailing randomly people and you're saying, hey, promote my product and make money, guess what, man? It's not going to work. Don't do that, right? That's like inviting someone to your house and then being like, hey, if you want food, you have to pay me for it. If you want a drink, you have to pay me for it. Treat people like a guest. Add value to their lives. And so the best affiliates are people who already know, like, and trust you. The way you're going to get them to know, like, and trust you is, one, you need to promote their products first, right? So you come to them with the giving hand. You give them money. You give them content, right? So you give them blog posts to put on their blog so that they get traffic to their blogs, and then they help maybe funnel a little traffic to your blog as well. If they're at an event, that's why it's so important. Craig and I always talk about go to events, go to Fitness Business Summit, go to TT Summit, go to Yannick Silver's event, the Underground event, go to Traffic and Conversion Summit. Go to these places where all these other info marketers in the fitness niche are hanging out, because you're going to make friends with them a lot quicker if you could buy them a beer or break bread with them or just stop them and say hello, how are you? I bought your product and I promote your product and I've sold 10 of your products. You don't even need a massive list. Listen, if you've got a list of 100 people on your email list and you promoted Joel Marion's product and you sold 3, right, or 10, let's say you ran into Joel at Fitness Business Summit. Well, what if you're like, hey, Joel, I've got a list of 100 people and I promoted and I sold 10 of your products. Thank you so much for creating an awesome product. I really appreciate it. By the way, I have an online product myself, and it's in the fat loss niche as well. And I was wondering if I could maybe write a guest blog post for you one day. Is there any chance I could do that for you? Or do you have any other products that I can promote for you, right? So you come to them with the giving hand, but it's so much easier to make friends with people, with potential affiliates in person, and by coming to them with the giving hand, emailing them content, reaching out to them and letting them know that you're promoting them and you've made money for them, right? Rather than just asking them to mail out for you. Because something tells me that Joel or Craig or Geary or any of these guys who have lists of several thousand or several 100,000 are not just going to mail out for you overnight when they can mail out for their friends who they already know, like, and trust. So your job is to get them to know, like, and trust you. The way you're going to do that is to become friends with them, meet them at live events, be cool, share a beer, right? Break some bread, add value to their lives by giving them blog posts, guest blog posts to put up there. Let them know that you promoted their product, and even though you only made a small handful of sales, you sold something for them. But get on their radar by adding value to their life and not just trying to get them to mail out for you. So, and the other two ways, or the last way here, is through pay-per-click. So if you look at the top 4 here, YouTube traffic, free. Your blog, free. Right? It's free website optimization. Other people's blogs, free. Affiliates who already have lists, who can mail out for you. Free traffic. 4 sources of free traffic. It's Google and Facebook that are the pay-per-click traffic, and that are the ones that I say that you do last. Right? Do not do pay-per-click unless you've exhausted the top 4 there. So let's look at that for a moment. I went to Google earlier this morning and I Googled the keyword ab workouts. So look what happened here. And this is a great example of YouTube, right? First of all, there's like 11 million results that come up for this thing. But 1, 2, 3, 4, the top 4 are websites, right? Bodybuilding.com, womenshealthmagazine.com, about.com. iTunes comes up with probably some apps and stuff, right? But then look what we have here. A YouTube video thumbnail. How many times have you and I clicked on YouTube video thumbnails? I do this all the time. I'll bypass all this stuff just to go to a video and watch the video of the solution that I'm looking for. Now this is Mike Chan, and he's got a program for ab workouts and stuff, and he does an amazing job at selling or getting traffic from YouTube onto his sales site. So he's optimized this website. I'm going to show you how he did it at a higher level real quick here. But he's got this free YouTube traffic ranking for a very competitive keyword on the first page of Google at the very top. In fact, one of the top 5 ranks. And when you click on it, there's a video. It's about a 3-minute video, and there's him saying, hey, I was once fat, now I'm lean. And if you look at the video, the headline, for example, is ab workouts, right? Look what I searched, ab workouts. So what's the key? If you want a video to rank, the keyword should be in the title. Now, I know you can't see this because I can't see it either. Only Mike Chan can see it. But the actual name, the file of this video that he uploaded, I guarantee you is ab workouts. It's not just video 23455A, right? Like your computer wants to save it. You change the name of the actual video file to ab workouts. You change the name, or you make the name the headline of the video ab workouts. There's a link right there. It probably goes right to a sales site. And look at this. How many times do you see ab workouts in the description? Now this is called keyword stuffing. Google says it doesn't work. Well, there's proof that it does. Ab workouts for women at home with no equipment. Ab workout machines. Look at all the keywords with ab workouts that he's trying to rank for. Pretty sweet, right? So basically, you get the ab workouts word in there as often as you can, organically, natural looking. Obviously, you don't want to just stuff keywords in there. You use it in the title. You use it in the file. You have it in the tags, right? And you put your link in the description box before you even put any kind of keywords. And before you know it, people are going to start clicking on this link, and free traffic. I mean, look at over 30,000 views. Would you say that even maybe 5,000 of these people clicked on this link and went to his website? Probably, easily, right? Look at this one here that he's got. This is an ad that he's running on YouTube. He's running a paid ad. But the fact of the matter is, he's got one right here that's not paid. He's got over 1 million views. Same guy, Mike Chan, just over here and over there he has hair, and over here he doesn't. But Mike Chan right here, how teens can get a killer into killer shape, right? 1.2 million views. Would you say that at least maybe 50,000 of those views clicked on the link and went on to his website to end up buying his product or getting on his list? Absolutely. And Google will serve this up for you absolutely free. You just have to get the keywords right. And so look at here. This is my Facebook page. Facebook, for whatever reason, has identified that I'm into fitness and working out, and so they serve up ads that have to do with me, right? So AT&T ads, whatever, free muscle workouts, warrior workouts, I love fitness girls. I don't know what this is, but ironically, of all these things, the one that caught my eye is the one that has the most compelling image, right? The most compelling image. And if you look, they don't even have a lot of copy, because it's not so much the copy that gets the attention, that gets the click, it's the compelling image. And I've tested this before. So you're really looking for the most compelling image when you're buying traffic, whether on Google or on Facebook. Now, speaking of which, going back to that same keyword, ab workouts, you can see here that, all right, there's Mike Chan's workouts, right, for free. He paid nothing for this traffic here. But then there's all these people, Bowflex, Amazon, Beachbody, Proform, all these big giant companies who just want to spend money with ad tracking are buying ads when you and I are naturally conditioned to look at the organic results anyway. And so while the organic results get the best clicks, these get the second best clicks. As it so happens, Mike has figured out through SEO how to get his YouTube videos to rank. And again, this is stuff that we teach in our mastermind group, and I wish I had like 5 more hours to teach you this, but I don't. But I gave you the gist of it, of how you can use keywords in the title, in the file name, in the description, in the meta tags, in the tags, to get your videos to rank. So imagine if Mike has, let's say 50, 60, 100 keywords. He can make 50, 60, 100 videos and get them all to rank for those keywords. And he'll blow the pants off of these guys right here who are paying for traffic all day long. Now, going back to the blog. Remember I said that you want to use your blog. So here's a great one. Core workouts, right? Or core work, or I'm sorry, Pilates is probably what she's trying to rank for, right? This is challenge workouts. But the whole article here might be about core workouts and Pilates and all this great stuff. And it's about opting in. It's about opting in and getting email addresses to, in this box right here, to opt in and get on the list. That's what this whole thing is about. And I didn't take the picture, but if you stayed on this page long enough, you will actually see a pop-up come over right here, where again, just like I showed you on Mike's blog, you'll see the pop-up. You can opt in for the email address, get on Shauna's list, and then, of course, get more content from her and get the whole know, like, and trust factor. I hope that makes sense to you. But again, it's a real simple blog, 800 to 1,000 word, maybe 1,200 word articles. You're going to write a blog post probably 3 times a week, twice a week, really, you can even get away with. And it's good content that Google's going to really catch on and start ranking you for those keywords. And as traffic comes, they're going to opt in for this, or they're going to see that big pop-up that's going to jump over on the website here, and they're going to opt in, and your list will grow very quickly. I mean, don't be surprised if you add 150 to 200 names per week to your list once your videos and blogs start ranking. So, what to do with your email list as your email list grows. We're almost at the end here, guys. Hang in there. Number 1, you need to educate and inform and entertain your list. You've got to build a relationship with them. It's really important to build a relationship with your email list. You've got to be consistent. You're probably wondering, how many times a week should I mail out to my list? The answer that Craig and I would give you if you were in our mastermind group is as often as you can, as long as you have something of value to say, right? But at the minimum, you should be emailing your list 2 to 3 times per week. You want to be consistent. You can't just build a list and let it sit there and then try and get money from them when you're ready. You have to actually wait. You can't just wait and try and email them. You have to, stay connected with them all the time. It's almost like having a friend, not reaching out to them for several months at a time, and then when you have a problem in your life, reaching out to them and saying, hey man, I need to borrow some money. That's probably not going to work so well. So communicate with your list, anywhere from 2 to 5 times a week. Educate, inform, and entertain. Your job is to build a relationship to get those people on your email list to know, like, and trust you, right? And then sell them what they want. That's supposed to say want, that last word, W-A-N-T. Sell them what they want, not what they weigh. Sell them what they want, which is if they came on board onto your list for fat loss workouts, you probably shouldn't be selling them diet pills, right? They're looking for fat loss workouts, sell them fat loss workouts. If they're looking for, if they came on board for a nutrition program that you're selling, they're probably not going to buy hardcore workouts from you, right? So be cool to your list and sell them the stuff that they would want to buy. So if you know why they came on your list, if you're all about fat loss workouts, then you shouldn't be trying to sell them hardcore bodybuilding workouts. It's just not going to jive with them. Now, of course, you're going to sell them your products, right? So you're going to educate and inform, and then you're going to sell them what they want, which is your products and other people's products. Simple as that. And other people's products that will add value to their lives, right? So there's two types of emails that you're going to send out. Whether you're emailing twice a week or 7 days a week, there's two types of emails you're going to send out. Type 1 is the content email. And the content email can be a case study. For example, it could be, hey, let me tell you about a client named Susan. And Susan, bought my program about 6 months ago. And in the first 2.5 months, she lost 22 pounds. She says she's tried everything else before. She's tried diets, she's tried pills, she's tried exercise gadgets that she's bought from infomercials, and none of that has worked for her until she bought my program. Once she bought my program, she saw amazing results, and so I just really wanted to share Susan's story with you. Now, if you have weight that you want to lose and you've tried everything else like Susan has, then you'll want to click this link and go check out the same program that Susan bought from me, right? That case study email is called Star Story Solution. That's like the foundation. Susan is the star. You tell her story, and then you give the solution to the problem. It's like, hey, if you want to lose weight like Susan did, if everything else has failed you, click on the link. So case studies should have Star Story Solution. That's one type of content email. Another type of content email is facts, figures, and education. There's a gentleman named Nick, and his website is thetruthaboutfatburningfoods.com. I believe that's what it is, thetruthaboutfatburningfoods.com. And he writes amazing emails, and he shares stuff like facts like most people didn't know. Like, hey, if you think you're eating good beef because you're eating grass-fed beef, odds are if it doesn't say grass-fed, grass-finished, it's probably being fed corn the last 90 days of its life. And if it's getting fed corn that's genetically modified, then you're really not getting the thing that you wanted most from this beef, which was grass-fed. So you have to look for grass-fed, grass-finished. So his job is to educate and inform by giving facts and figures, right? You might send out an email that says, hey, look, if you go to Starbucks like I do, you might want to know what the 5 high-calorie drinks are that Starbucks serves up. And here they are. And you can just go to the Starbucks website, do the research, find out what those products are, and share those facts and figures and educate your list. That's a great content email. You're adding value to their life. You're getting them to like you more, right? So speaking of value, you might send out, hey, recipes. Hey, make sure you try this recipe this weekend. Or, hey, here's a workout that you can do today after work, right? Just write up a workout and send it out to them. I mean, how appreciative will people be who are on your list when you send them a recipe to cook up tonight or a workout to follow along with today, right? I mean, just as simple as that. Add value to their lives. Right? And of course, you can send them links to your blog posts, links to your videos that you've created that are educational, that are infomercials, kind of like 7 to 10 minute infomercials on the value of doing core training and never doing a sit-up, right? I mean, that's a great YouTube video that you can make, 7 to 10 minutes. It's educational, it's entertaining, and it's total value add. Now, the other type of email is a pitch email, or an email that does selling. And there's really two types, the soft pitch and the direct pitch, right? And so the soft pitch might be a content email that is, still adds value and gives good facts and figures and information, but also has a PS. You can check out my program on how to lose fat in 6 weeks by clicking this link right here. So you just kind of bury a pitch within a content email. That's a soft pitch. A direct pitch email is, hey guys, my program is on sale for the next 72 hours. I've cut the price in half, and I'm giving a free bonus away with it. If you want to lose fat, if you're tired of having clothes that don't fit you right, if you're tired of trying diets and different exercise equipment and it hasn't worked, then go buy this product now because it's on sale. I mean, that's a direct pitch. You're not giving any content or any education. You're just saying, look, I've cut the price in half. Go buy my product. And you can do like a 3-day, 4-day pitch series if you want. So those are really the two types of emails there. And of course, there's an educational pitch. The educational pitch is where, again, you give content, like I said, and the content is usually in a source of a video or blog post. So an educational pitch might be, hey, I wrote this awesome blog post. You ought to go check it out. Here's the link to my blog to go check that out. And while they go there, they're getting content, they're getting educated on that blog post, or maybe I've posted a video on my blog, right? But somewhere throughout that educational process, whether they're reading the blog post or watching the video on my blog post, there's a call to action for them to then click a link to go to a sales site to buy the product from me. So that's an educational pitch. It's kind of similar to a soft pitch. Now, what are your big takeaways then from this webinar? Let me share them with you. There's big 8 takeaways. Thing number 1 is you want to sell a product that solves a big problem. Thing number 2 is identify the hook or the big idea. What makes your product so unique and special that somebody would want to buy your program instead of P90X, Insanity, Home Workout Revolution, Suspension Revolution, any of that stuff, right? So what's the big idea? What makes your program so special? Thing number 3, right? Create your product over a 3-day weekend. Just do it quickly and get it done. We're all about imperfect action. We're not about creating this perfect, superb product. Fact is, that doesn't exist, and it would take you like $15,000 to try and create this high production product. All you want to do is get a product out on the market that's educational, that's follow along, that has great audio and good video quality. That's it, and it shouldn't take you more than 3 days to create that thing. And then once you, of course, film it, create it, it's going to take a couple weeks for them to edit for you, right? Now, the one thing I didn't talk about, which is thing number 4, is you want to add an upsell or two to your program. So you might sell your program, and people always ask me, hey, what's the average going rate for an info product? Well, it might be anywhere from $19 on the front end sale. Front end means like the main product. It could be between $19 and let's say $69, right? But then you're going to add an upsell. You can have up to 3 upsells on a program. And upsell number 1, which means after they bought the product, they've went through the shopping cart, given their credit card, they get upsell number 1. And it could be a product that makes the first thing better, right? So if you're selling 51 follow-along workouts they could do at home, you might say, here's an additional 10 follow-along home workouts that you can do with dumbbells only for an additional $19. That would be a great upsell number 1. Upsell number 2 would be, hey, you bought the follow-along workouts that you're going to do at home. You also should buy this follow-along diet program that you can do for an additional $29. People will always ask me, how much should I price my upsells for? The rule of thumb is you want to go between 50 and 60% of the main product. So if your main product is $100, then your upsell should be between $50 and $60, right? So if your main product is, let's say, $30, then your upsells will be somewhere between, I don't know, $15 and like $19, right? And so you want to have your upsells, you can easily start off with at least 1 or 2 upsells, and it's just going to add more value to your clients' lives, and it's going to add more income to your bank account, which you might as well do it. In fact, odds are your first upsell will have the highest take rate. About 30 to 40, sometimes even 50% of the people will take upsell number 1. So imagine all the money you'd be leaving on the table if you didn't have an upsell. So it's important to have an upsell as well, right? Now, you want to get it up on ClickBank as soon as you can. So get your product up there on ClickBank. It's easy to do, and it's the best platform for you. You don't have to go through a credit check or any of that stuff because ClickBank collects the money on your behalf and then sends you a check through direct deposit or an actual physical check. That's how we get all our monies, through ClickBank. Sorry, my finger slipped on that one. Thing number 6, you want to produce at least, this is starting out now, at least 2 blog posts and 2 videos per week, right? So 2 videos for YouTube and 2 blog posts, maybe 1 for your blog and 1 for as a guest blog post for somebody. but you want to produce content. We are in the content business. I mean, think what I'm doing right now. I am creating content for you on the internet, right? And so you are in the content generation business. So be very aware of that and create as much content as you can. It goes hand in hand. The more content you produce and you put out there, the more sales you will have. Thing number 7 is build a list and build a strong relationship with that list. And thing number 8, you want to recruit affiliates, add value to their lives, make friends with them, and then joint venture with them. Joint venture means you promote their products, they'll promote your products. Right? And those are your big takeaways from this. Now, what do you do next? Well, the next thing you can do is you can join myself and Craig for a live one-day mastermind in San Diego on June 23rd. And you can do that by going to bedroslive.com/one-day. And when you go there, you'll see that we are offering a one-day private mastermind group for only 10 people. We've already got, I believe, 5, maybe 6 people by now registered for this thing. So we're only taking 10 people on board for this one-day mastermind. But we really would love you to be there. And if you're serious about creating an info product, and we will give you the blueprint, and we can go into greater details and depth, because we'll have a great, anywhere from 6 to probably 10, not 10 hours. We'll have probably 6 to 8 hours to work together. There's only going to be 10 of us in that group. So we'll go over the exact formula you need to optimize your blog post, the exact formula you need to get your videos ranking on YouTube, the exact email that you're going to send out to potential affiliates to get them to actually reach out to you, right? We're going to teach you how to craft that email there in that group. We're going to work on your headline, on your sales copy for you. We're going to give you a complete done-for-you blueprint so that you can walk away and within 60 days get your information product on the web and selling, rather than just thinking about having an information product. So again, that's the website, bedroslive.com, one day. It gives you all the details there. bedroslive.com/one-day, I should say. Gives you all the details there. It's on June 23rd, and we've cut the price for this mastermind for this one time. We've cut the price in half, so you definitely want to take advantage of this opportunity. Now, since we have about, I think we can take some questions here for about 10 minutes. So if you have any questions, now would be the time to fire those questions out. And let me see. Holy crapola. Look at all these questions. So I'll try and go through this as quickly as I can. Bedros, one of the biggest issues with, what is this? Bedros, one of the biggest issues with getting product to sell is a compelling sales page that needs to convert. Hence, the issue with my site is that I'm trying to fix. Man, I wish we had transformationover40.com. I wish we had more time to go and look at your site, but obviously we don't. So I'm sorry, Sherry, we don't have time. But I can tell you this: if you go to female fat loss over 40, Sherry, that is a great sales site, and it's, again, Shauna Kaminsky's. It looks like it's probably going to be pretty similar, so you can see what's missing on your site and make those changes. Or you can come to the one-day mastermind, and we'll actually do that for you. We'll teach you how to do it, tell you exactly what to change, do a complete website critique, if you just come to that one-day mastermind in June. James Bond, Bedros, want to remind you that you rock. Thank you, sir. James, you're awesome. I had produced a product called 100 or so Ways to Lose Weight without going to the gym by Dr. James Bond, targeted to people who are considering gastric bypass. Wow, that's a good market. I am targeting such people as I am the only doctor qualified. Oh, that's right, you're a doctor and a qualified personal trainer in North England. I think that's a great product, man, and talk about a very specific niche market. Good for you, James. Seems all has been done. How do you compete with the examples you're giving? You know what? All has not been done, Mike. I know it seems that way, but the truth of the matter is, you know, at the end of the day, all you need is one tiny little difference in your product. And so while it seems like all has been done, I promise you, if you wait for another 20 years to go by, you'll see the low carb diet and the Atkins diet and the South Beach diet all recreated a million times over the next 20 years. They just put a little different spin on it. So it's your job, it's my job to get creative. So I hope you realize that all has not been done. You just have to get creative. And again, that's what these masterminds are all about. We can go, okay, your product is like so-and-so's, but if we change this one thing about it, it'll have a unique and compelling hook, right? Like Shauna's is short, high-intensity workouts, right? I mean, really, what's so different about that than Craig Ballantyne's program? But the big hook is she's a 50-year-old woman with amazing abs and a muscular body. I mean, that's the one tiny thing that's different about the program, right? And so she might also use equipment in the program where Craig uses body weight. So it's not like tremendous difference that we're looking for. So, you know, maybe I overstressed it way too much for you. All right, so audio keeps dropping. Sorry, Elizabeth. I hope that that problem was solved as we went on. What's the real cost of hiring a good designer? The real cost of a good designer, if we're talking about a good blog, you can go to killercovers.com, Mike, and have a really good blog made for like $500. Graphics, a complete shock and awe graphic package with book covers, DVD covers, probably about 300 to 400 bucks, right? Again, I'm telling you like really good stuff here. You can have it done for like $50 an ebook cover, and it'll be decent. It'll get the job done. Disregard my comment question. Okay, Sherry, I have used Aweber. James Bond says I have used Aweber and like but like none of us can come anywhere close to FitPro Newsletter. Thank you, sir. FitPro Newsletter is a pretty badass program, man. I tell you. All right, Risa says, do you recommend a particular person to help with graphics to make these pages look fantastic? I need someone who works on this already, not a newbie. Yes, if you reach out to, here's an email address, get ready to write this down, everybody, webmaster@pineconecomputing.com. That's webmaster@pineconecomputing.com. Kelly and Pete, it's a husband and wife team you want to talk to. Also, killercovers.com. killercovers.com. Those are the two sites that, or two organizations, I guess, who have made sales pages for my coaching clients, and they've done an amazing job. I don't make a penny off of them. I'm just trying to help you. Inboundwriter.com is a great tool to help ensure your blog post is search engine optimized. Thank you for sharing that there, Mark. That's awesome. How much time per week do you recommend working on a blog? I don't do any yet because I feel that I don't have the time. You know what? That's a really good question. And here's what you're going to do. Craig Ballantyne talks about the magic time. So you're going to create your own magic time. And the way you're going to create your magic time is you're going to take 2 days out of the week and you're going to carve out 2 hours on each of those days. So it might be Tuesday and Thursday mornings. You're going to, let's say, wake up and sit down on your computer for 2 hours and batch process. So on day one, you might take those 2 hours and create a whole bunch of content emails and 3 or 4 blog posts. On day two, you might batch process 3, 4, 5, 6 YouTube videos, right? And so really, if you just batch process, you're going to be fine. I mean, think about it. We've got over 50 people in our Info Mastermind group. Every single one of them is a personal trainer or in some capacity working in the fitness niche, right? Personal trainer, athletic coach, strength coach. They actually have a full-time business, and they're making the 6-figure businesses now with their info products by dedicating. They started off just like I'm saying here, two days a week, 2 to 3 hours at a time, creating their magic time and making it happen. So you could do the same thing as well. Which blog site do I use? I use WordPress, and I think all of you should use WordPress because Google loves WordPress as far as optimization. Which is better to use, Vimeo or YouTube? You want to use YouTube for traffic, right? So YouTube for traffic, but Vimeo to host your actual main product that people are going to pay for and buy. The Vimeo Pro account that people are going to, that's what they're going to, that's where you're going to host your videos that people are going to pay for and buy from you. But you're going to use YouTube to put up your 2 videos per week that Google is then going to start ranking for you organically. Remember, Google owns YouTube, so it kind of tends to rank its own sites pretty well. So we want to take advantage of that. Simon, hello. All right. Is a blog more effective than a website? A blog is effective at building a list. And of course, having a platform where people are going to come and congregate. When you put up a blog post, they're going to leave comments and etc. A website, which I assume is what you're talking about, is a sales site. Its job is just to sell. People come there just to buy your product and nothing else. There shouldn't be multiple links. If you look at all the examples I gave you there was not multiple links in any of that junk. It was just a sales site. So you're going to need a blog that's full of content and designed to build a list. And then you're going to need a sales page, and its job is to only sell your product and nothing else. Does Bedros have a fitness information product for sale? Yes, I do. Simon, if you go to ptpower.com and you look for the link up top that says products, you'll see all my fitness information products for sale. Your microphone cut out. Can't hear you. Sorry, Sherry. I'm back. I like how you keep leaving comments. Can I record this? Sure. I hope you had a chance to record it. What's the best blog platform? Um, WordPress is the best blog platform to use, period. What websites did you say can make email lists on your webpage? Aweber.com, getresponse.com, icontact.com. How do you program or create the pages for the upsells? Does ClickBank help with that? Those are separate pages, just like your website is a page of its own. Those are separate pages on your website. And once I go through as a customer and buy your main product through the shopping cart, ClickBank will then direct me to your upsell number 1 page, upsell number 2 page, upsell number 3 page. So you or your website designer will make that site, the upsell pages on your website, and you'll hook it up to ClickBank's platform. At what point can you slow down on your content? Never. If you're an info marketer, then you should definitely be into content creation. If you're not into content creation, do not be an info marketer and do not come to the One Day Mastermind or join our info mastermind group, because truly the top information marketers on the planet who are making all the money are the ones who are constantly pumping out great content on YouTube, on their blog posts, and via email, right? What opt-in website do you recommend? I assume you mean, I don't know what you mean there, Christian. If you mean what opt-ins, I recommend using Aweber or iContact. They have built-in forms, and of course pop-up domination to have that pop-up opt-in on there. Bedros, do you have a how-to create and market fitness information products for sale? Yes, Simon, I do. It's called Fitness Info Blueprint, fitnessinfoblueprint.com, or you can just come to that one-day mastermind that Craig and I are hosting in San Diego on June 23rd. And if you come there, and that is, where is that? That is, whoops, that is here. There we go, bedroslive.com. /1 day, you will actually get my product for free. And so that'll save you, I believe, $400, Simon. Female fat loss over 40. Thanks, we'll check that out. Okay, no problem. Is it still worth my while buying the product? Yes, I am selling it. It is worth your product because it's way in depth. So it is worth your time to buy it, Mark. However, if you can come out to the One Day Mastermind, that's going to be even way more worth your time, because Craig and I are in the room with you, coaching you, telling you specifically what to do with your product and giving you a specific blueprint to do it by. And you get the Fitness Info Blueprint as a free gift along with another free gift. So it's worth coming to the One Day Mastermind. Okay, to create an opt-in form for your website. Yeah, so Aweber, iContact, and Infusionsoft, One Shopping Cart, all those do the same thing. Sherry, I have a mastermind on the East Coast that would rock. Oh, have a mastermind on these. You know what we do? Every January, Craig and I have a mastermind on the East Coast in Miami. And so, Sherry, you should come out to it. I will notify you. I'll notify everybody via email when we have that, and you can come out. However, it is going to be full priced and not half priced like the one in San Diego at the end of this month, just so you know. So don't expect to pay half price for the one in January. The one this month in June, we're making it half priced as a special thing that we're doing, because we're already going to be in San Diego anyway for Craig Ballantyne's TT Summit, which is sold out. So don't ask me if you can buy that already, because it's sold out and you can't buy that. Craig sold that out pretty quickly. What do you think about Beachbody app for fitness pros? You know, if you like it, definitely go for it. I think the Beachbody app is pretty sweet. I think they know what they're doing. They obviously have great products. But if you believe in their products, then I think you should promote it. All right, my niche is the e-boomer market. Fred, what is a population? What is the e-boomer? Is that like, I guess, the boomers? With this population comes unconditioned people with multiple risks for disease. How do I reach them with a workout and not get a... You know who you should contact? You should contact Fred. You should look up on Facebook Dan Ritchie. He's one of my coaching clients, Dan Ritchie. And just reach out to him, and he works with the boomer market, and he'll tell you exactly how to get in contact with that market space. He's doing incredibly well with the boomer market. Already have a blog website. Do I use this for the info product or a new blog and site? Good question. If you have a website and a blog for your local business, you're going to want a complete separate one for your info business, because you don't want to drive all this traffic to a site and then have people go, gosh, look, he's got a studio or a boot camp, a personal training business. You want to keep people very focused on the thing that they're there for. So keep your businesses, your online and your offline business, completely separate. Thank you. Awesome job. Thank you, Shauna. Shauna in the house. By reaching, I mean in the initial search engine. Oh, I see. Right, now I forget what your question was, Fred. I'm sorry, man. There's a lot of questions here, as you can see. Hey, buddy, are you a fan of recurring membership sites? Yes, I am. That's a good question, Mike. So do not create a recurring membership site until you have at least, ready for this, 1,500 paying customers. What I mean by that is if you have sold your workout program, your ebook, your whatever to at least 1,500 people, then you can create a membership site, because odds are less than 10% of your customers, people who have bought your product, will convert into membership site people. If you just try and launch a membership site, people don't know you, don't like you, don't trust you, they don't want to pay on a recurring basis to someone they don't know, like, and trust yet. You are not going to have any members in that membership site. It'll be the most emptiest membership site on the planet. I had to learn that the hard way, and I don't want you to fall into that. So make sure you have at least 1,500 customers who have bought from you, and then launch a membership site for around $9 to $19 a month. Good question there, Mike. Hi, Bedros. Starting my first info product. How important are testimonials? Testimonials are incredibly important. Without testimonials, it's just you saying how badass you are. Once you have testimonials, then you have social proof. Then you have people who say how amazing your product is, and people always want to hear from others and not from you. All right, moving on. Hey, thank you, Ollie. Ollie representing from the UK, my man. Hello, Bedros. As far as a niche market, what is there? What if there's not a lot of affiliates on ClickBank that are in your niche? You know what? If there's not a lot of affiliates in ClickBank in your niche, and how about this? Look at the niche that I'm in. I mean, people don't even refer others to me. I mean, what trainer wants to refer their competitor over to me to learn the skills that I teach, right? And when you think about it, on ClickBank, there's not a lot of people marketing to personal trainers. Yet I've done really well for myself by using the strategies that I talked about: YouTube, blogging, Facebooking, buying traffic online, and building my own list organically and naturally myself. So don't let that stop you. All right. Google. Fred, I just don't understand, my friend. I'm just going to keep going. I'll tell you what, private message me on Facebook and we'll take care of you, dude. All right, let's see. Regarding the videos, have an iPhone. Oh, that's a great example. Have an iPhone and have done hundreds of YouTube blogs and videos. Thank you, but any suggestions on making audio better when you want to create an online product? Yeah, I wouldn't use an iPhone 5 when you're creating an online product. I mean, if you're going to make YouTube videos, that's one thing, but you're going to use like a legit camera that has a wireless mic that can clip on you. If you're going to make an info product, audio is very important. Bedros, thanks for the webinar. I love getting your emails. How do I come up with all the topics, subject lines, and content for those emails? You know what? You just do, because I bet if you sat here just on one specific topic, you get a piece of paper and a pen, and you just start writing different topics that people want to learn about, right? From cholesterol to working out while you travel, to working out at home, to working out when you don't have time, to working out with just dumbbells, to working out with just resistant bands, right? I mean, you can just sit there and come up with content. The thing is, as a new beginner, that's the most challenging thing. The good news is after about 60 to 90 days, content just flows to you. And what's really neat about that is once you develop like a blog and you have a Facebook fan page, your visitors, site visitors, will tell you what they want, and your job is just to pump out the content to them and sell them your product. It's really awesome. I love this business because you can help so many people get what they want, and you can make a ton of money doing it ethically, and I love that. You can only blog so much. At what point do you stop blogging and just turn it into a static website? You don't. You just keep blogging. Great info, Bedros. I am on my way for the 23rd. Awesome. Looking forward to it. Oh, by the way, Alpha Omega, you asked, what point do you stop? Listen, the moment that you stop, Google sees that you stopped adding content. to YouTube and to your blog, and they start dropping you on your rankings. So the last thing you want to do is stop adding content. Are your masterminds only fat loss related? No, they are not, Thomas. Looking to pioneer a product training for youth track programs. No, we've got, like I said, strength coaches, athletics, back pain. We've got doctors, dentists in our masterminds. Most of them are obviously fitness, since my list is all fitness pros. But we are definitely experts at getting any product that has potential to sell online. We can help you get it up on there and selling, whether you are focusing on injury rehab like Rick Kaselj, or back pain relief like Jason Canoon, or diet programs like Lori Kennedy, or just straight up fat loss. No, we help with all of that. Hi Bedros, thanks for this. Just awesome. Question is that I've started my own boot camp. No pain, no gain. And I'm running a monthly plan. My issue is I'm only having problems thinking of ways to upsell my clients to create more revenue. What to use to create more revenue? You know what? There's a lot of things you can do. You can sell products like BioTrust. So you can go to a website called trybiotrust.com, and you can sell your clients and your prospects BioTrust. You can sell them separate nutrition programs if you're allowed to do nutrition programming. If not, start working with a local nutritionist and have them give you commission. So guys, we're going to take one more question here, and we're going to wrap it up, since I know there's a ton of questions here, but we just don't have the time anymore. I've got coaching calls to do with my coaching clients, actually. So could you repeat the name of the site? I don't know what site you're talking about, so I'll just repeat the name of all the sites that I can, which was popupdomination.com for the actual site that has the pop-up, Aweber, iContact, and GetResponse.com for the mass email sending platform. Kelly and Peter's site is pineconecomputing.com. Pinecone, like the little pine cones on a tree. Pineconecomputing.com. You can also have a site and graphics made at killercovers.com. Killercovers.com. And gosh, I think that is all. Oh, and then odesk.com and elance.com. You can have graphics made for your info products, like book covers and designs of that sort. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me on this webinar. You guys were incredible to hang out with and talk to. Again, do me a favor, and if you think this info product thing is for you, if you're a pioneer, I really want you to come and spend a day with us on June 23rd, Sunday in San Diego. Go to bedroslive.com/one day and register for that while it's half priced. For all I know, it might be sold out by now. If it is, the buy now button won't work because Frankie is manning that right now. But if the buy now button is working, or the register now button, whatever it's called, definitely register for this thing. And I look forward to working with you, and so does Craig, on Sunday. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me on the webinar. I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
The organizer has ended the session, and this call will be disconnected. Goodbye.